This reckless fool, a prisoner to his own vices, stood before justice so the judge could tether him to the chains of consequence.
So, why did you do this?
I have no excuse and no reason. I just admit that I was there.
I mean, what do you mean you admit you were there? I'm trying to figure out, where is your anger coming from?
No excuse, Your Honor.
Why are you drinking? She says you get this way when you're intoxicated.
I have no excuse, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to drink while you're on probation. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you mentally that would cause you to be violent against, I'm assuming this is someone that you claimed you loved. So why are you being violent with her?
I was not in the state of mind that I thought I was at the time. Why do I drink? Is because I have things that I'm dealing with internally, and I have no other way of, or not no other way. I'm trying to find a better way.
Here's the thing. You need to do some soul searching with yourself. Don't get in a relationship with anybody because you're not ready for a relationship with anybody. You need to find out who you are and why you behave the way you behave before you can get in a relationship with anybody else. Because one, you could be going to prison right now. Two, could be somebody else who, you know, it's like the song Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Turns out he wasn't the baddest man in the town, right? This is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication. Court is calling 2024 CR 010883 State of Texas versus Greg Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Defendant for the state of Texas.
Defense.
John Pettis for defense.
And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for
Welcome,
court.
Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
I have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery probation. This is an application. Did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding? Are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Assault, violence, as well as making an oral motion to amend the indictment, the name of the defendant to his appropriate name, Raul Garcia.
Any
No
objection?
No objections, Judge.
All right, did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation? That is a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is anywhere from a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that are in filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be 60 hours of community service restitution. The BIP course, TAP evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, to the lesser included offense, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence.
If Your Honor, state offers into evidence 651 with all attachments.
No objections, Judge.
And state, have you spoken to the complaining?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I just asked that you follow the agreement, Judge.
All right, are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a driver for Five Star Cleanup, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
So why did you do this?
I have no excuse and no reason. I just admit that I was there.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I just admit that I was there. Yes.
I mean, what do you mean you admit you were there? There are things in the police report that you've stipulated to that you did. So I'm trying to figure out, where is your anger coming from?
I have no excuse, Your Honor.
So why are you drinking? She says you get this way when you're intoxicated.
I have no excuse, Your Honor.
No, my question is, why are you drinking? You're not allowed to drink while you're on probation. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you mentally that would cause you to be violent against, I'm assuming this is someone that you claimed you loved.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are you being violent with her?
Your Honor, I was alcohol related. I was not in the state of mind that I thought I was at the time of everything. Why do you drink? Why do I drink? Is because I have things that I'm dealing with internally and I have no other way of, or not no other way, but I'm trying to find a better way to cope. I do understand that drinking is not a way to cope or to move past anything. Sadly, I have been using it to cope in the past, but it's not the way that I wish to live.
Clarify, have you had any alcohol? If the judge drug tested you right now, would you come out clean?
Yes, I'll come up clean.
Thank you. Didn't want any of that to be misconstrued, Judge.
Mhm. So are you currently in a relationship with anyone? All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to grant your application, but during these 2 years that you're on deferred adjudication for, you need to do some soul searching with yourself. Don't get in a relationship with anybody because you're not ready for a relationship with anybody. You need to find out who you are and why you behave the way you behave before you can get in a relationship with anybody else. Because 1, you could be going to prison right now. 2, could be somebody else who, it's like the song, Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. Turns out he wasn't the baddest man in the town, right? So you're going to have to look internally and discover why you're doing the things you're doing. Probation, if there's some trauma issues in your past, probation can help you with that. They can set you up with a therapist. Somebody, maybe you need to speak to a therapist. Sometimes we need to speak to a complete stranger about our issues who is qualified to hear it, who can do something other than just gossiping about what you told them. You understand?
Right.
All right. Do you have any family members here? Any support that you
Yes.
have in Bear County?
Mom's here.
My mom and my sister in the back.
All right. So if you can't talk to them, they'll have somebody. So what have you been doing to address this alcohol issue?
As far as this alcohol issue right now, I have been finding forms of meditation and other forms of extracurricular activities such as working out and focusing on work primarily on it to keep from the best terms out of hands.
All right. So here's the thing. Whenever you drink alcohol, if you're blaming your conduct on alcohol, that means that you're one of those people who cannot drink alcohol at all. So you need to completely eliminate that. You understand? And you're going to have to eliminate it while you're on probation because you're not allowed to drink alcohol on probation. You're not allowed to use. Don't come back to me saying that you're testing positive because you're drinking, because you're using mouthwash or whatever. You understand? All right. This is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, tests for alcohol. There is to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Zoe Kelly. There's to be the BIPP course, TAP evaluation, out of custody, follow TAP recommendations. Probation, if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. And if they recommend outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And then we'll do a MIC evaluation and a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. Probation, is there anything? And there's going to be 80 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I've graduated out of high school.
All right, what's your dream job? What's your plan?
Plan on now is being an EMT.
All right, so if he obtains his EMT license, then the court will consider the community service hours satisfied. So whether you're obtaining your license or picking up trash in the San Antonio heat when it's 100 degrees is completely up to you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else? Thank you. And there'll be field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let the probation officer know what your issue is. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. If you feel like you need more treatment, let them know. If you feel they're not giving you help with mental health treatment or any other type of treatment, you can always come back to court. And what I can tell you is I do not penalize people for coming in and saying that they need more help. My goal and what I hope for you is to be successful on probation. And if you complete everything early and if the state has no objections, then I'll let you off early.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Just remain in court and go over conditions with probation.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
This man, burdened by the weight of his actions, appears before the judge, hoping for a sentence that allows him to rebuild his life.
I'm going to give you some choices today. Normally, I don't give people choices. Where I can, I do. You know yourself better than I do. I can deny the motion, alter and amend conditions, or if you would like, I can revoke you and I'll sentence you to prison in each of these cause numbers to 5 years.
I'm the DDR. I'm seeking help.
All right, I know all of those conditions seem daunting, but those conditions I have to put in there because they're required because it's a DWI, you understand?
Yes, correct. I have some paperwork here where I'm staying proactive with with the program. It's called the RIM class.
Okay, awesome.
Recovery Emotion. Also, I have my AA classes where I'm staying proactive. I'm taking AA classes. I'm doing my GED while I'm incarcerated. At the same time, I'm working in the laundry, overnight. And at the same time, I'm taking computer classes. So I'm educating myself as the time that I've been here and staying proactive. And I'm hoping to make that full statement as that other gentleman. And hopefully someday I'll be in that position to, accomplish my probation and change my life. I have found the Lord. He's opened the doors for me in a lot of places in my life. So it's just up to me to continue to accomplish that.
The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years.